Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolors. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Hello, welcome back YouTubers. I've picked this landscape out today and it's going to be an evening landscape. So I've stretched the paper because it's only £90 weight, and I'm just leaving a thin film of water on the surface and removing any excess from around the sides just to minimise and stop any runbacks. Some Naples yellow. In the bottom some French ultramarine and alizarin crimson. Just take the Naples yellow a little higher and bring these two colours together. And I want to take out a little bit of sun, so I'm just going to screw my kitchen towel up round about there. I think you can see some gamboge, a few streaks of this in it, also some cadmium orange. And into the top of the sky, French ultramarine and burnt umber. Just want to leave this to sit for 1 or 2 minutes. This has to dry by around 25 to 30%, and then we'll add some clouds in. Okay, I've just let this sit for around about 10 minutes and I'm just checking to see what the spread's like, and that's good enough, I think. Once again, back in with the French ultramarine and burnt umber, and I'm going to streak some clouds in. Also, just want to drop in a little bit more gamboge just to strengthen it up in areas. A little bit of the cadmium orange again. Ultramarine and alizarin crimson. I think I'll just bring some in here and darken it with some French ultramarine and burnt umber just to make a deep purpley grey. You don't want too much on the brush. Probably won't seed it here, but we'll put it in. A little in here as well. My French ultramarine and burnt umber. And we're just going to strengthen up where you feel it might need it, so just step back every now and again from your painting and just check it. It's good enough. I'm just going to dry off the water area. Re-wet some of this bit of land here. Naples yellow once again. Naples yellow cadmium orange with a touch of burnt umber. This is the same colour but more burnt umber in it. Want to add a couple of touches of olive green made from gamboge, French ultramarine and raw umber. This is a yellowy kind of green, and I don't mind it mixing with any of the other colours. They've all got an umber in it, so these should be quite perfectly alright. I'm going to put a darker olive green in. This just has more French ultramarine, but this has burnt umber in it, so it's French ultramarine, burnt umber and gamboge, just to bring the dark into it. Go on this side here, we'll just bring some of the colour up, bring them together. we're going to allow this to dry. Now that that's dry, I'm taking some of the sky colour once again, well, your cloud colour, French ultramarine, burnt umber with some alizarin crimson in. I'm just going to pull the tops of these trees out. These ones will be in the background. This is quite a thin mixture. Just taking my little goat haired mop brush, we can continue down. Run a little water underneath them, along there, and then pull it into that water and allow it to drift. Just to create some bushes. Some of your sky colour again, this is slightly stronger than what is in the trees, but I'm just going to drop a little bit of this in. Just adds more interest. Then I also want some French ultramarine and burnt umber, just dropping in at the bottom. Softening off the bottom with a damp brush. Just going to leave this to dry. I'm going to come to these foreground trees now, or the next set of trees, and these are going to be stronger. Same colour, French ultramarine and alizarin crimson with a touch of burnt umber in it. I'm just going to put the tops of these in with a rigger brush, and I might just have to deepen that a little further. That looks better. So that's just some French ultramarine and burnt umber. Just gone in again just to make it a little darker. To change over to my little goat hair mop brush, same colour. As we come forward, the paint is getting stronger and a little darker. Then I'm just going to pick one side of this tree and just drop in some French ultramarine and burnt umber. Just feeding it in. Again, French ultramarine and burnt umber just dropped in. Softening the bottoms in. French ultramarine and burnt umber. I'm just going to create a little shadow. Softening the edges out. French ultramarine and burnt umber. This is to the brown side, and we're just going to pull some very tall thickets and bushes out here. Different mixes of French ultramarine and burnt umber, one to the brown side, the centre one's a neutral one, and the other one's to the blue side, making it darker. With my other goat hair mop brush, taking some of the French ultramarine and alizarin crimson with a little bit of burnt umber into it. Just add some foliage to it, a little bit. French ultramarine and burnt umber. Just a few of the palette colours in. Just going to take a damp brush and soften the bottoms off once again. Just catching some of the paint and pulling it forward. Even just drop a little bit of weak cadmium orange in. French ultramarine, alizarin crimson with some burnt umber in it, and I will just put this back fence in. French ultramarine and burnt umber once again, just dropped in places. My rigger brush. Pulling some grasses out. French ultramarine and burnt umber. Just soften this in once again. Some shadow. Keep my mop brush open once again. French ultramarine and burnt umber with some alizarin crimson added to it, just to create a light and airy effect. French ultramarine and burnt umber for the dark bits underneath, the dark undergrowth. Now we're going to leave this to dry. Now that that's dry, just before we go any further, I think we'll put the water in. I normally leave it to last, but I think I'll put it in now. It will just make this just a very plain stream. I think that's all it needs. Some Naples yellow, all horizontal strokes. Gamboge. Little hints of cadmium orange. Bring the Naples yellow up here a bit. A little touch more of the gamboge. More Naples yellow here. French ultramarine and burnt umber. Basically all the sky colours. French ultramarine and alizarin crimson. Just softening off the back edge of this pool, bringing the colours together gently. Darker with the French ultramarine and burnt umber. Just a hint at a reflection, nothing major. French ultramarine, alizarin crimson with some burnt umber added to it. Leave this just to dry off until the shine has gone off the paper. Then we're going to take out a light streak down the centre, which will help pull your eye into the picture. And now that we've just give it a bit of time to dry off, I'm just taking a flat brush and I've just wet it and then taken most of the water out. And we're just going to put it in line with the sun, or the setting sun. And just begin to pull a sun streak out. This all dry and then we can finish the picture off. Now the whole pond is dry, or the old slow moving stream is dry, I've just put a couple of wind streaks in it just to give the water some movement with a craft blade and a ruler, all horizontal strokes, and I'm just watering down some French ultramarine and burnt umber with alizarin crimson. And what we're going to do is want to glaze over the bottom part of this picture to subdue it. Then at the same time, some French ultramarine and burnt umber. Just want to drop some darker spots in, just to emphasize one or two places, softening that in. These are the Turner Artist Quality paints I've been using for quite some time now. I'll leave a link in the description box should you want to go and view them. They really are terrific paints. I absolutely love them. My rigger brush. I want to pull one or two blades of grass out. Don't have them all going in the same direction. If you've enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe. Subscribers are always welcome, and like I always say, it doesn't cost you anything. I'm going to bring some grass into the water. Just going to dry this off. When it's dry, you get round to the best bit. This is ready to sign it, mount it and frame it. I'll also leave a link in the description box to the other videos I've made for YouTube, so if you click on that it will take you straight to them, and I'll leave a couple of suggestions at the end of this video. Once again, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Thank you.